Hey guys, it's JQ Crafty. Welcome to my channel. Today I have a special layout for you. It is a collaboration and a double whammy in my book. It is a Confessions of a Paper Addict Cutfile layout today, so I have a new one for you, but I'm combining it with the Scraptember 30 Days of Sketches. So you have seen the sketch. I will make sure to have it up in the corner as I do work on the page as well. So that was the sketch. I'm going to turn it quite a bit. And it's going to be a loose interpretation of the sketch because I have a giant cut file I'm going to use. Plus, the prompt for today is torn paper. So we're going to do some paper tearing. So what I'm doing is I'm going to use this beautiful chicken cut file that I have backed. Isn't she gorgeous? She's just so beautiful. This is going to be basically that main element in the sketch where they have journaling and such. And I'm actually going to turn it. So I'm going to have my photos coming down this way, torn paper on the bottom, which is where those strips are. And then I should be putting some sort of embellishment over here. We might just make it up here. The title should go up here by the chickens, which I have these lovely photos of my sisters, beautiful girls. I'm going to trim these down a little bit because I don't want them to take up so much space on the page. So we're going to shrink them down. We're going to trim them down so they're a little bit shorter and do that. And then we'll do the title along the edge here. I think it'll look good. But yeah, I went ahead and backed this beautiful chicken cut file. And that's just what it is from Virginia's shop. With papers from Crate Paper's Fresh Bouquet. I had decided to break this out for a couple layouts, so I'm sorry if you're getting sick of it. I used it for a previous one this month already as well, but I really liked it and I thought it would be good colors for the chicken. And this is just celebrating my sister's chickens because they're just beautiful girls. We get eggs from them all the time. Yeah. And what the funny thing is, I have a title idea and my sister has decided to call them all Greta. I have since given them names. I got some chicken saddles made and got them, and then I used some iron-on vinyl and I put names on all of them. So they now all have names and they're not all Greta. There is one that's Greta and it is the sassy one, but she calls them all Greta. So the name is going to be Hey Greta, or the title. So, but I went ahead and backed this traditionally. What I did do though, which was nice for this one, because when I have cut files that are like this, that are so wide in the pieces, I feel like when I try to hold it down, I always bend it. So I kept the innards of this one and I traced the innards instead. On my paper and did that. Traced those instead of this cut file to cut out the pieces. But yeah. There we go. So I just used 3 pattern papers, one for the body, one for the comb and her beautiful head, and then a different one for the beak and the feet. Now the feet aren't separated on the cut file. I just kind of did a wonky cut and made it look like she had her little skirt at the bottom of her feet, or at the top of her feet, I should say. I gotta trim that down just a little bit. But yeah, so let's have fun with some paper and let's get started. So I had been eyeing up this blue paper that was sitting over to the side. I had everything to the side from Fresh Bouquet, and I was eyeing up this blue paper. I thought the cut file would pop on that perfectly, and oh boy, does it. I think it looks gorgeous. Those peachy and deep orangey red colors popped on that blue. Nice. But since we are doing the sketch technically, I am going to go ahead and tear 2 pieces of paper, grab this other blue pattern, and then what was left over of what I did for her comb and head patterns. And I'm going to put those on the bottom. So basically we're turning the whole sketch on its side. So now I have a column of photos, a big area in the middle, torn, that technically should not really go down at the bottom, but that is going across, and then like a cluster over on the left. So yeah, I will turn it on its side up in the corner. Like I said, loosely interpreted. I didn't realize there was stitching around the edge of it. I'm looking at it on a larger screen right now. I did not realize there was stitching all the way around. I totally could have done some stitching, but that's okay. I guess I could have moved my torn papers up a little bit so it more rested on her belly, but I feel like that might have looked silly since she's a chicken and it would have looked like she was floating. I don't know. Like I said, sketch loosely interpreted. But it did give me a jumping off point of where I wanted to put my photos, because originally, before I knew that I was going to join in with Scraptember this month for this layout, I was just going to put them across her or something. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, so it's loosely interpreted. And then I will create a cluster on the left with a ticket and such. That'll go. And my son has informed me that it looks like she's laying an egg, and the egg is the cluster. But alas, I like where it is. So I took a few scraps of what I had left of some other papers. The peachy pink color actually that I did in her feet and her beak. I cut down just a little squares so I could lay them behind the photos. And then there was this white pattern paper with a pink stripe. On the back of it is a beautiful blue pattern, but I'm just kind of skewing, not perfectly matting all of them because the papers weren't the right size, but I like the dynamic and just the interest it gives with having kind of skewed mats. So I'm doing some skewed mats and then I'm tearing the very bottom one. So it just kind of looks like they're a column of photos, but I'm off kiltering them a little bit. Because then that'll bring interest to where I'm going to put the title. I think after I've got the photos up there, I'm realizing with the size of the alphas that come in this collection, I kind of want to use them because I just like the script of it. And I love the alphas too because there's 2 options for like every letter. So you could make an actual like cursive looking title and connect them properly, which is really nice. But because of the size of the letters, the title's not going to fit on if I go on the right of the photos. But because I really want to use those thickers. So it'll work perfect if I skew the center photo off to the right, because then they will create a little niche for the title on the chicken on the left of the photos. So like I said, loosely interpreted the sketch. So I'm going to I put everything else down flat, but I'm going to pop up my photos, and I'll pop up a part of the cluster that'll go on the left as well. And then I'll do some tucking with some ephemera and some stickers, and we're just going to have a play with some of the fun stuff. So got those glued down, time for embellishments, got the Hey Greta down the way I want it. I'm just going to journal right under the title too, so I'll do that in a little while. But first I'm going to look. Somehow I ended up with 2 sticker sheets. I think this was the time that I accidentally ordered them. Because did I get a page kit from the scrap room, or did I just order all this one from Paper Issues? That's very possible. No, I did a little bit from Paper Issues or Cherry on Top or Scrapbook Top. I remember I was able to just grab a few pieces of this, but I was able to get a peachy cheap like a kit. And so I ended up getting 2 of the stickers because yeah, it came with stickers and I didn't realize it, and I had ordered stickers, I think it was Paper Issues. I don't remember. I don't know why I'm talking about this. So I haven't played with this in a while, so I'm going to go through all the ephemera, so I apologize for all of that, but I'm going to glue this cluster down. I really like what I've got going on. I've got a pop of black so that the title doesn't really seem like it's the only thing of black, and then I realized then I put that sticker behind that top photo because I needed something up there and some black to go over there. And then I wanted to bring all the colors over there as well. So there's blue and the peaches and the pinks in that larger cluster on the left. So I want to make sure I bring at least some blue, peachy pink to the cluster on the upper. And then I'm going to put a tiny cluster. I think I actually put the sticker down on the by the bottom photo off camera, but I found a sticker on the sticker sheet that says New Beginnings because this was a brand new thing for my sister to have chickens. And this was after we were there when they were chicks, and that was kind of fun to see. But this was the first time we had seen the chickens when they were finally full grown and started laying eggs. And in the beginning, they were just laying eggs just wherever in the yard. It was really funny. We'd be walking and be like, oh, there's an egg. Now they at least lay them in the coop, not in the nesting boxes.
however, but at least in the coop, so they're much easier to find. So here's a few close-up. Thanks for watching, you guys. Make sure you check out everybody else down below who's playing along with Scraptember, and make sure you go check out the free cut file before the month is over at Confessions of a Paper Addict on Facebook. Fantastic group. Usually there's a challenge. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks, guys. Bye.